Hometown hockey returns on October 8th, starting up in Niagara Falls. It's a fourth season for Ron and Tara. You guys getting the rock star thing, going coast to coast. Tara, I know you're used to the rock star thing. Ron, you've handled it well. Yeah. Why does this program work so well, Ron?
You know, I just think, Ken, everywhere we go, we learn the history of the people. We get to capture the spirit of the place we visit. You know, we can't go anywhere near Atlantic Canada, but we've got to go to Pictou. Everyone has that sense of pride. Everyone knows somebody who played in the NHL or got close. And it's just a lovely way to represent that spirit of rinks right across the country.
Tara, what have you learned about the game from doing this, going into a fourth year now?
I've learned a lot about the country. I mean, I think we all realize that, you know, when big hockey moments happen, that the country is galvanized, the golden goal and times like that. But you realize when you visit these old barns, what kind of community gathering spots they are and how much that means to people. And, you know, I mean, I interview a ton of NHL alumni, and you ask them what meant the most to you in your entire journey. And it's not so much the time in the NHL. Of course, that's great to win, but the friendships that they made in minor hockey and times like that. So I think we, as Canadians on this journey, appreciate the small stuff. 24
stops this year. Some that stand out when you just look right down at things. Kingston, Ontario on Remembrance Day weekend.
You know, Dawn Cherry was there when we were in Kingston a couple of years ago. Sarah Harmer performed, and she did a little ditty about a rink that nobody should have known about, but Dawn did. And I know he's thrilled. His mom was a seamstress at Royal Military College, so we'll be at our MC for the show itself. She did all the uniforms. She was the one who ran that household in Kingston. Maudiel was her name. So Dawn's going to join us for Remembrance Day. You know how special that'll be. And there's another stop right at the get-go in January that I think will be very rewarding, kind of emotional for us.
Yeah, we have 4 BC stops this year. One of them is Williams Lake. We know that they've had an incredibly challenging summer with the wildfires that have just ripped through that. So, you know, we'll be there in January. A lot of work will have been done, a lot of tears shed, and we want to highlight the efforts there.
And Rick Hansen, Ken, is coming to that show. So, you know, here's a guy that went through adversity, and we always brag about our tour, 24 stops, 25,000 kilometers. There's a guy that went 46,000 kilometers, 34 countries around the globe, and so he'll join us in Williams Lake, BC. That'll be special.
And, of course, I have to plug the Nova Scotia stop, Truro, Nova Scotia, the home of Arash Madani, and, of course, former Truro Bearcat Sidney Crosby, who once upon a time played 2 games in the Maritime League for Truro, and when we were from Pictou, we used to go to Truro to get our jeans. So you guys know I want to go with you down there, right? Can you put a word in for me?
There's an open invitation, Kenny Reid, so come on.
Yeah, I can't wait to go to Truro. Sidney Crosby's Pittsburgh Penguins, the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champions, are on the show, and we'll have a great feature on Sid on that. His uncle, Rob Forbes, was a star of Corner Brook Royals in the Senior League in Newfoundland, and we're actually going there for Hockey Day in Canada this year. Scotiabank's Hockey Day celebration set in Newfoundland. So some really neat things happening back east this year.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Robbie Forbes, severe sniper. Ron, Tara, thanks, guys.
Cheers, Ken.